All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. Another nice episode trapping with Jinx. I'm getting ready to check my trap line. Super beautiful day today. This is beautiful, gorgeous, and I love getting out there checking those traps. And that's why I thought I'd invite you along with me. So let's check out what we're doing. In this video, you're going to see some catches on my winter line. This is starting to get mid-December here, but the weather here is so cold. We got a bunch of rain Wednesday. Today's Sunday. It's 8 degrees today, and you're gonna have a lot of issues with now the frozen ground. And now I'm into late season mode. A little early for me. I really wanted to keep trapping a lot of my other longer distance properties, but the snow sometimes will shut me down. I get 8 to 10 inches of snow. So then I shorten up my line and I do what I call a late season line. I will usually run my late season line at least a good month and a half, and I'm on some really good stuff that's a little easier for me to check. So I want to share with you guys my setup. I had a few questions on my channel a little bit. I want to show you what I'm doing on my winter line so that you guys, if you see something you like, see something you might be able to use yourselves, that's why I'm sharing that with you. So welcome to another episode. Let's go check it out. Okay, real quick, I had some questions about my staking and what I use for my stakes. I use a disposable stake system called Pogo. I do have a video about how I made those early on. I know when I went out to Kansas, I think Vance really liked my system. I left him with my driver and some stakes, and I think he's been using those, having good success. It's really easy. Now, you could use whatever staking system that you like, that you feel comfortable with. I can get these in the ground, and they're super cheap, and I can get the equipment usually through a Trapper Supply. It's a simple J-hook, simple fender washer, and then I make the stakes myself. So if I get into an area where I want to leave the stake, I can leave the stake, come back. Of course, you get that with all your staking systems. I also, since there's not much invested in that, I could cut the stake and move on. So I want to share with you a little bit of my disposable staking system, and then my gear for the winter. So I use this staking. It's about 12 inches. This is what I use on my land traps, on my water sets, and on my cables, or on some softer ground. I use a little longer. I think it's maybe 18 inches. And it's a little bigger fender washer. I want to say these are 2 or 3 inches, and these might be an inch. So this is probably about 12 inches in length, and these are the two staking systems I use. I use that longer one for my cables. I've always done it that way. I feel like, you know, I haven't had any issues with anything pulling, but I always want to make sure I'm a little safe there. Another thing real quick, I run, this is wax dirt, that's peat moss. So during the winter months right now, I'm running something real close by. I run wax dirt. This is going to be all my peat moss. I've already gone through 2 bales of peat moss, so I go through a lot of peat moss. And then this right here is dirt. So there you go. I store up all my stuff in advance, of course, and that way that I can keep that kind of going throughout the winter months. So hey, let's go check some traps, and should be a good eventful day. Let's go do it. Okay guys, so that's kind of the strategy. I hate to kind of lay all that on you, but some guys like to see that. Doesn't mean that what I'm doing is perfect. There's a lot of other trappers that have their own. You have your own kind of plan, and just kind of go that way. If there's something that works for you, great, share it out. But that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm focusing on this fence line right here, and what the coyotes will do is they'll pop in and out of the trails mid-field. So I'm kind of running this whole line here, and I like these little openings, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. I just set a cable here on this one. See the trail? I just set a cable right there. 10 inches off the ground, 10-inch loop is what I'm going with. And I'll just keep driving by that every day until I catch. And when the deer knock it over, I pick it up. It's kind of how it works. Cables are really great late season trapping. So if you can have an opportunity and you have nasty weather a lot of times, keep your cables running. The only thing you have to worry about is wind and deer. But cables, I catch a lot of my fur on cables. So anyway. I set this yesterday. I got a good neck catch on him. And I just set it. He's still got to be a foot away from the fence in my state. In Missouri, we have to have a foot fully extended. And I was able to pinch this little trail coming off of, it was just a real dinky trail. Cabled him. Nice dark coyote today. I just set this yesterday. And I put a dirt hole right here. So I was able to slap in two. I was looking for a bobcat on this one, but I'm always happy to catch a coyote. So those little faint trails, guys, they're golden opportunities. So set them with a cable if you can in your state. And this rancher here is going to be happy because they have small livestock over here. So anyways, real nice coyote. Can't complain at all there. And let's get that dispatched and keep moving down the line. Well, we got another coyote here. I had 2 days on this sit. Looks like a pup. Vocal pup. You can growl at me. Nice deep catch on a Duke 550. Had apple road on this one. It's a custom blend made by Cletus. He's got double glands and double skunk. You got to order it by the gallon. And I put Fatal Breath on the side. And I think I went with a little mouse hole set on this one. Real nice location. Coming off this little timber patch. You're getting ready to head into the blue stem there. A good location. Catch a lot of coyotes right here. And second day on this set, so I'm pretty pleased with that. It's bitter cold today. And yeah, I'm gonna get that dispatched. We're gonna move on down the line. Okay guys, so I'm gonna show you that reset real quick, just so that you guys kind of know what it looked like. I have kind of a, there's my dog. Have my nice little mouse hole type set with a step down. Custom blend apple roads in the hole. And then I put just maybe a little bit of that Rasuet's Fatal Breath just back in the corner, maybe a drop, and I hide it. I like to hide it. I think that it's a little overpowering on the top, but I think I like to kind of keep them guessing, and that's how I caught that coyote there. Not a bad pup. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you a cable restraint. I got halfway through this before I realized I brought a video for you guys. I assume somebody's going to want to see what I'm doing. So I got this trail that comes through here, and I'll show you it later. Here's the loop on the cable. I have a rebar stake. It's set at 10 inches on the first piece of tape, and then I set it 10 inches off the ground. So we're 10 inches off the ground in a 10-inch loop. I get a lot of really good neck catches by doing it just like that. So 10 inches off the ground, 10-inch loop, and then I just kind of blend in the lock. You can see the lock right here. That usually is it. I don't do a dive under stick, what they call a, you know, I figure that deer are gonna use this trail just the same as coyotes, and I'm not here to catch the deer, of course we all know that, but we want to catch the coyotes coming through. So that's really kind of how I do my cabling. And I wanted to share this with you. This is a strategy for me. This is what I do late season. It's like mid-December, but you know, temps are so cold, we're getting a bunch of snow. What I like to do on some of my properties is I like to go in, set an area, and then move on, set another area. If I figure if I'm gonna go over and check a trap, I'm gonna be setting checking something else. So you just saw where I just caught this coyote here. Now I already had a set 4 feet from it. It's a dirt hole set, mouse hole. I'll walk by today just kind of to show you, but usually I drive in, I check it, I don't get off my four-wheeler, I don't mess with anything, I'll leave it alone. Some of these traps will produce in 2 weeks, guys. Some of them produce overnight. You just saw my last catch. So it was 2 days on that one set. And I figure like a system like this is a timber. And then I figure that if they're gonna catch here, I put a cable over here. You might have just seen that, but it's just kind of coming in, right? A little faint trail going in and out. And then you know, a lot of times I'm driving in and out right here, and I know that a lot of my traffic is going down the 2-track. Of course, I won't set that. It's not really a good thing to do in my state. But I also want to look at these fence lines, because I know that a lot of the critters, the coyotes, the bobcats, are running these fence lines because there's rabbits, there's game in there, they're hunting them. So I look for a little trail that came off of it, real faint trail right there, and I cabled that right there. That'll produce. I already know that, and it's really literally a matter of time. Good sets, good set opportunities. So I wanted to share that with you. All right, so got this nice coyote today, one the day before, averaging about coyote today, until I get more traps out, more cables out, and trap new ground. Hopefully the weather don't lock me down, but I'm on the fur, and I'm glad you guys are with me today. If you like this content, make sure you hit subscribe or click the big thumbs up, and leave me a nice comment down below. We're on the fur, we're catching some coyotes, having a great time. It's gonna be an awesome season. I'm Jinx, and have a great day.